Audrey, Alison. Thanks for joining me for your June 2015 forecast for the month. This is my favorite month of the year. Thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing these posts and videos. If you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. Let's start the month because we have our full moon on the 2nd of June right at the top. And this full moon is at 11 degrees of Sagittarius. This is an ending period of time for you, Capricorn, because Sagittarius is the sign right before you. That's in the 12th house of complete closure. Now, every full moon brings closure, but to have closure and a culmination in the house that really ends right before the first house, this is a full circle awareness and ending for you. Something around the time of the 2nd can be illuminated for you, and it's almost as if you're, how people say this is a new chapter for you. That's what this energy is. It's a new chapter. The 12th house is the quiet house. It's psychic ability, it's inner reflection and peace, it's rest. It's the house of rest, right before the house of the most energy, the first house of physical self and body. So definitely take your rest, your time needed. The 2nd of June. This is a beautiful month. There is magic happening this month, and I'm very excited about some of these aspects coming up. On the 5th of June, this is a beautiful transit and aspect that's occurring. Venus enters Leo, and she'll be there for a very rare long stay until October 8th. And Jupiter is still stationed in Leo. So at 20 degrees. So when Venus enters Leo, this really ignites the 8th house for you, where Jupiter's been for the last year, of shared resources, sex, intimacy, death, wills, properties, estates. Venus conjunct Jupiter in the 8th house is whole next level energy. This is absolutely prosperous and lucky, Venus being prosperity and love, and Jupiter being expansion and abundance and luck and optimism and faith and hope. You could be absolutely moving into someplace bigger from June 5th to October 8th. Venus will retrograde once she's in Leo on July 25th through September 9th. I don't think Venus is a very strong detriment in a retrograde. She's just slowing down how she funnels out all of her love and glory. So I'm not mad at that retrograde at all. I think her working together with Jupiter is energy that you pray for. The two of them have something to prove in this 8th house for you. Your intimacies, your connection with the other. If you're married, this is huge. If you're looking for connection with someone, you can pretty much bank on Jupiter giving you the luck and the hope that you need, and Venus filtering in the love between June 5th and October 8th. Spectacular energy. Mercury is still retrograde at the top of June through the 11th. He'll go direct at 4 degrees of Gemini, having to go through all of Gemini again. I made the craziest mistake as a psychic medium and an astrologer of purchasing a pretty badass microphone that I had to return within 24 hours because it didn't even have a signal when I plugged it direct into the board or an amp. It just didn't work. So here I am driving back into Hollywood to get my mic returned, having difficulties with the return process, all of that Mercury stuff that you've been dealing with in the 6th house of daily regimen and routine, and maybe your health. Cappy, if you haven't been feeling very well, look towards the 11th of June when Mercury's direct through the 8th of July in this sector, replenishing the health that he might have diminished, or the level of energy. I mean, Mercury isn't energy, that's Mars, but having him in a health sector could mean that the communication, the information regarding the health is delayed. The physicians that you were sent to, you had to go to a specialist, and then they sent you back to the primary care physician, and then you had to go to this one, and then this had to be done. You got the wrong prescription. They needed a refill. They couldn't refill it. Some things like that have been happening. Look to the 11th. Mercury officially clears his shadow on the 16th, but I'm liking the 11th for a direct motion. On the 14th, Saturn, your ruling planet, retrogrades. Now, right now, as I record these at the end of May, Saturn is chilling in Sagittarius at that 1 degree mark. But this retrograde goes to the 28 degree mark of Scorpio. So it's really important for you all to watch your ascendant forecasts, your rising sign, that's the ascendant, because it's important to see where exactly you hold this 28 degrees of Scorpio. Now, these are your solar scopes, so if you're watching this as a Capricorn sun sign, your Saturn might not really be in your 11th house at 28 degrees of Scorpio. It could be somewhere completely different, because if you're looking at your astrological natal chart, the 9 o'clock, if you're looking at a clock, the 9 o'clock hand, that's the line that determines your ascendant on that chart. And then it goes down to the bottom, all the way back up 1 through 12 in the sections of those little pie pieces. Those are your houses. So where do you natally hold 28 degrees of Scorpio? Because this is where Saturn wants you to review. But there's a lesson learned here. He's going back into Scorpio because he left there in December. But he's like, hey, I'm popping in here. I'm going to throw a little something at you. I'm going to test you a little bit. And I want to see if you got what I was trying to get you to learn all of last year when I was in Scorpio. So there is a little bit of a tweaking happening with that, coming in 2 degrees to the 28 degree mark, because there's only 30 degrees in each section out of the 12, equaling 360 degrees, which is a circle. It's all math, baby. It's all math and science, and I love it. Okay, so look really at your natal chart. I want to say in the solar scope, yes, this is the lessons learned in the friendship sector, because this will apply to your 11th house of friendships, but it's also goals and hopes and your wishes and anything that you're involved in socially, any organizational groups or, board members, communities. Do you need to be in all of them? Do you need to be in every club that you've signed up for? Maybe you're letting some of these go. Maybe you've learned all you can learn from a particular group of individuals that you've signed up with, and now you're just moving on. Because Saturn's like, listen, we'll come back here in 27 to 29 years and we'll revisit this. But right now, you're good to go. Okay. Now we have our new moon on the 16th of June, new moon at 25 degrees Gemini, in the 6th house of health, replenishing that energy that Mercury might have drained in the retrograde in the 6th. The new moon is there. Focus on the work, the daily routine, the structure of your day. Are you making the best use out of all of your time? Are you spending too much time in your commute? Do you need to cut back on how many hours you're giving to certain energies in certain places? These are messages for you. I am channeling like a fox today. I'm doing these readings super early. And yes, that definitely, what I had said applies to the astrological definition of the 6th house, but those messages seemed very, and I can't even remember them right now. That's how they come in and then they just go. So whatever I just said, I think that's an important message. Oh, how are you spending the structure of your day? Thank you. I'm not worried about you. And if you want to rearrange something in the work or the time you're spending at work, or the health, because that is 6th house as well, and pets. Hey, new pets are coming to you. For you animal lovers, the new moon in the 6th is maybe a new animal. It's the house of the pets. And I love that too, because please adopt from the shelters. I've never say stuff like this, but I'm feeling like please help these animals who are hungry and lost and, that need help. You have to love them more than even human beings. I feel like they don't have a voice for themselves. Okay. What am I, Bob Barker? I'm like, get your pets spayed and neutered. All right, anyway. Just the new moon. It can apply in so many ways. That's what it is. This doesn't the same definition for everyone. So I'd love to look at your chart. If you want to go at that, we can get down to it. Book a reading with me. Okay. On June 21st, it's my birthday, and I'm super excited about this month of June. On the 21st, happy summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, happy winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. The sun enters Cancer in your 7th house of marriage and partnerships or business partnerships, the house of the others. Something very magical is happening on this day. Mark this day on your calendar, because there will be an exact fire trine between Jupiter, who is stationed in Leo and has been since last July 17th, I believe, and Uranus, who's stationed in Aries at 20 degrees. At an exact 20 degrees, these two fire signs are trining, and it's a very harmonious aspect in astrology, using the best energies that these planets can provide. Jupiter, luck, abundance, expansion. Uranus, surprise, electricity, shock, sudden spontaneous energy between your 4th house of home and your 8th house of intimacy. Sex in the home, connection in the home, property, literally property, new environment, 8th house of property, 4th house of where you rest your head, where you come from, maybe the home you grew up in. Something magical could be happening regarding that. But this is a very special day. Mars enters Cancer on the 24th in the 7th house, where the sun is. It's huge, huge, huge for relationships. For those of you looking for a partner to partner up, spectacular. Mars' energy is bringing that man or woman to you. But since he is the planet of men, I just wanted to say that first. I want to get to the cards because I'm excited. Okay, let's see. What's the tarot message for Capricorn for June? The moon. Okay, so the 2nd of June, the full moon, the 16th of June, the new moon. But it's also intuition, and I'll do the summation like I do. The Ace of Coins, a new source of health or wealth. The 6th house, health and work. The Knight of Swords, removing what no longer serves you, cutting off the head of that dragon. Game of Thrones style. Okay, last card. Ooh, baby, this is the World. Next to the Sun, this is the best card in the tarot. This is all of the 4 seasons. It also means in a full year's time, you'll be looking back at this time, and the problems that occur to you they will be alleviated. Is alleviation a word? There will be an alleviation. Either way, I've been making up my own words all forecasts, so just go with me on this, okay? My ruling planet's still retrograde, but when I'm channeling, I also just make words up, make shit flow together, because it's hard to hear and say at the same time. Okay, what's not working? What isn't working for you? Pluto with you is actually helping you with this card. Pluto doesn't want anybody that's not really serious or flowing with you to take a hike. But there's a new source of money coming in for you. And I think it's around the time of either the full moon or the new moon, the 2nd or the 16th. And it's bringing you to the goal of your work. Either your 6th house is really lit up with Mercury finally going direct there and the new moon happening in the 6th house. This is real beautiful culmination energy. And I feel like you can accomplish something that you intuitively wanted to set your mind on. This is the time of spring. But, oh, and we're in spring. I mean, what? Why was I thinking that this didn't apply right now? I'm so out of it right now, but this is in spring, and it's a new source of health and wealth. So just before summer begins on June 21st, so that could apply to either moon, the 2nd or the 16th. Cappy, thank you for joining me. I'm wishing you a beautiful June, and I'll see you soon. Have a sweet day.